Chapter 43. Sharmelle was relieved she had accepted King's dinner invitation. After the day she needed to think about and focus her attention on something other than the names Hayes and Pierce. She was grateful that he had so much to talk about, his project in South Georgia, photographing southern farmland that once belonged to black farmers and their families, and he was preparing to attend a conference of social media journalists, which puzzled Sharmelle. Wait, you've won national and international photography awards for photographing wars and famines and social justice protests, and now you're going to hang out with TikTokers? He laughed because, given his track record, it did seem odd and out of place. It's a favor for another photographer who helped me out when I was in a jam in Africa, in the DRC. Plus, it'll be a nice break from my usual work. Getting a break from the usual work was something Sharmelle could definitely understand these days. W2 was right, though. There was just something about King that Sharmelle couldn't shake. Maybe it was the ease of their conversations, even if 2 years had gone by since the last time they talked. Maybe it was the passion about his work that reminded her of hers for the church youth group and her PI business. Or maybe it was the fact that he was simply so easy on the eyes. When he asked about her work, she told him things were going well with the business, but focused more on First Ave and her work with the young people. He agreed to stop by the next Surge gathering and show off some of his work. They hardly noticed when they were the only two left in the restaurant and decided to call it a night since, as Sharmelle put it, tomorrow's a school day and we both have to get back to work. The valet brought her car first. He paid as usual, and this time she made the first move. Stuck out her hand for a handshake. He rolled his eyes and laughed. "What?" she said. "You are still unpredictable, Miss St. Simon." "Indeed I am," she said, as she kissed him on the cheek this time, got into her car and drove away, and laughed to herself. On the way home, she texted W2. It was late. She was probably in bed. Sharmelle didn't care. She didn't get a response until she was a block away from home and W2 called her back. "Shar, if you are texting me after midnight and saying it's not an emergency, this must be good." "You weren't asleep?" "No, Lennox is over here sawing wood like he's trying to win some national snoring man contest. So I got up to watch some old Gunsmoke reruns and saw your text." "Why are you up watching Gunsmoke like you're some 80-year-old grandma?" "Ma'am, you texted me. Get to the point, will you?" Sharmelle was more than happy to narrate details of her evening, since W2 was leader of the friends and family who were big King Lee fans and rooting for them to find their way back to being a couple. When she got to the part where she and King were waiting for their cars, she paused for dramatic effect because she knew that would drive W2 crazy. "Hello! So what happened?" W2 asked impatiently. He just stood there for what seemed like an eternity. I held out my hand, and we shook hands. W2 screamed so loud, Sharmelle thought she might wake up Lennox, the twins, and even the dog. "You shook dude's hand. What is wrong with you and him? What is wrong with both of you?" "But I did kiss him." "Hold up, what?" "Yes, planted one on him, right on the right cheek." "Shar, I can't with you. I'm about to take off my bonnet, put on my clothes, and come over there. You both need Jesus. I'm putting y'all at the top of my prayer list. Well, after Lennox and the boys and the dog. But right up there. I'm writing it in my prayer journal right now. Seriously, Shar, I honestly believe with my whole 10-ounce heart that God has a plan for you and King to be together. I don't think it's a coincidence that after all these years, you're both back in Pearl City at the same time, and for once unattached at the same time, even though his assignment is supposedly temporary. You watch and see. He'll get another Georgia assignment, and this time right here in Pearl City. Sharmelle loved W2's faith walk and her optimism. It put her in a peaceful place as she got ready for bed. In her prayers, she thanked God for whatever he's doing behind the scenes to straighten out whatever is going on with this situation. But this situation she was talking about was Marcus Pierce. his reaction to the news Etta Hayes dropped on him, and her reaction to his just hanging up the phone. And she said special prayers for Lucian, who'd also been carrying a secret for years and went through a day that didn't turn out the way he imagined.